Hello. That was better. Anyways, welcome to my humble opinion, and I can see it right now because everything that's being civilized about this one, so you just have to trust us. Anyways, great show here today as well. So, I think we should talk about, yeah, that's right, these two things that you ought to know by now. One is, you guessed it, uh, James Tarico, and so is Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, they just try to hire Rosie O'Donnell. Oh my God, this could be a game changer about this one. Plus, Hunter Biden wants the Democrats streaming this. Taught a lesson. Oh God, oh God. But it's NYC elections. Well, we have no clue whatsoever. So trust me about it as far as we're concerned. But anyways, here's some breaking news for you. National emergency. Trump calls a bill citing the Save America Act. Well, I have no clue whatsoever about this one, so who knows? Could be civilized about this one, so who knows? In a brand new segment of America's 250 turns to a broken heart. Yeah, yeah, and all that. And this is going to be outrageous. So this is what happens. You don't want to try this at home, and you all don't know by now, but who knows? And lots more about this one. Oh yeah, by the way, sneak preview of Blaze Nation holiday podcast special. It's all about, you guessed it, Fourth of July, and so is celebrating their 250th anniversary of America. So I got my bits and pieces about this one. So you just have to trust me as far as we're concerned. But who knows? Could be civilized. But whatever it is. So who knows? I have no clue whatsoever. So, anyways, let's get this show on the road, shall we? It's gonna be LH Music, LH Music's World Wednesdays starts now. So, David Lowe, kick the theme music, shall we? Let's do it. All right, I'm at Deucing Podcast Studios at 72nd and Dodge Street for this LH Music World Wednesdays, and it's gonna be wonderful. So who knows about that as well. So let's get started with some breaking news about with this. You guessed it. That's right. President Trump tries to. Yeah, that's right. Here's some breaking news that you don't want to know about this one because the national security calls about this bill until the Save America Act passes, and that's why President Trump, yes, has been announced today that he will delay the signing ceremony of a huge major bill until the lawmakers passing about this Save America Act, and could be just over an hour. And just before you guessed it, he was scheduling to sign. That's right, the 20th Century Road to a Housing Act, and this is what he wrote on Truth Social. So, uh, so here it is. Here's how he wrote, according to Truth Social. It says, today's housing news conference is citing is hereby canceling until such time we passed. That's right, we passed the desperately needed Save America Act, which I consider could be a national emergency. Well, thank you for your attention to this matter. Ugh. So that means Save America Act. So what does that mean? I'll tell you what that means according to Congress.gov about to end this non-citizen voting. by requiring this documentary proof to a, yeah, that's right, Save America Act. And you have no clue whatsoever about this one. Well, you have to get this one. So, who else give me some advice about this one? I think I have no clue. So, anyways, just prove me wrong about everything else about federal elections, about this form of identification. Like you show this guy, yeah, that I usually work inside the ground level of the ACC, yeah, VA hospital, and it says you on a scooter. You have to show me your driver's license ID, and says, "Is this your current address?" Yes, but in the real world of, you guessed it, ID Act back in 2005, such as U.S. passport, military ID, birth certificate, and other government issue photo IDs, and whatever it is. Because here's my observation. Because yesterday I got fingerprints. Uh, Go to this appointment about fingerprinting, and I saw Michael downstairs along with Heather, and Michael just take me along to the PIV office, right down below. Yes, below the basement next to CDCE office. And this is for volunteers. And this lady wants me to fill it up, to form out, and then this lady told me you need two pieces of ID. One is you guessed it, photo ID, and the other one is Social Security. Yes, and that's why I got fingerprinted. If I was simple enough, good. I hope you do. So here's my take on this one. If you know what I'm saying, House Speaker Mike Johnson, great state of Louisiana, has just stated for today that the top priority has been passing the Save America Act, which he plans to push through this third budget reconciliation bill. And you have no idea. But according to C-SPAN website, uh, Mike Johnson says about this because it has been stuck in the Senate. And here's why. Because no Democrat in the House or Senate will vote the Save America Act. Well, who knows given civilized? And that's why Johnson has been stated that the only path to get this act passed to reconciliation bill. And we believe that if you creating a grant program that ties to reconciling the budget, and you allow blue states, and they will come to their senses, and they want to avail themselves to, I guess, of election integrity proposal and the ideas and policies they can draw down from a federal fund. Well, it goes on. I can say going on. But the last part of this one, first one is part of this one is says, can we do it? And I said, we can if the Republicans stand together. We're on the line right now to defend it. Well, good thought, uh, House Speaker Mike Johnson. Well, everything else can be civilized about this one, so who knows? So I'll be posting it on my website, LHMusic's World website, after I deal with this. But who knows can be civilized about this one. So, oh boy, about that. Okay, so next next one is gonna be, oh boy, these two idiots that you idiot creeps to my cryptomism. One is, yeah, James Tarico, and the other one is Jimmy Kimmel. Can you guess about this one? As far as we're concerned about this one? Oh boy. Have any ideas about that as well? Well, here's my observation. Let's start with Jimmy Kimmel to pick both sides of the story. So this is what happens that Jimmy Kimmel tried to replacing him for a bit, and that's why she is a vitriolic. Oh boy, Jimmy Kimmel just been announced that she's just you guess that you know that he will be replaced this summer. Could be a rotating roster of hosts such as you guess that Tiffany Haddish, Coleman Domingo, Ike Baron Holtz, and Anthony Anderson, and so yeah, Jelly Roll and others. But uh, but Jimmy Kimmel picked Rosie O'Donnell. I have no objection. Why did you do this, Jimmy Kimmel? You try to pick Rosie O'Donnell to get rid of Trump for this one, and then you take a 2 month break for the summer. How dumb and stupid can you be? Because everything else can be civilized. Did you know Rosie O'Donnell? She hosts, yeah, back in the '90s, called the Rosie O'Donnell Show, and now she joins the View. Yes, she joins the View, and now she just laughed, laughed in the U.S. Now she wants to go to Ireland, spend some time. Oh God, that is so dumb. Just remember that Rosie and Trump picked a huge fight about that during this first debate of this presidential, yeah, back in 2015. And that's why he interrupted, yeah, Megan Kelly. And just remember back in the day about this one. Because why, ask this question, why are so Americans can be so fat a radical group of online scientists? Well, who else can be civilized? Such as you, fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Because Trump says only Rosie O'Donnell. And for the record, it was well beyond Rosie O'Donnell because Kelly just responded to laughter. Laughter. Well, who else can be civilized? Ask this question, LHMusic. Why are you calling us animals, such as fat pigs, dogs, and disgusting animals? Don't you think Rosie O'Donnell is a good girl? No, no. She's a stupid radical idiot. In my human being, this is what happens. Rosie O'Donnell just leaving America for Ireland. Good for her. And you might think it's so much she returned. No, don't even think so. Here's my observation for you. Since you know what's good for anybody else, can be civilized. And here's the thing that you don't want to know. Hillary Kennedy says about this. Because you, Jimmy Kimmel, is such a sick person. I hope Rosie O'Donnell listens to this, but oh, so dumb. Listen to this from Hillary Kennedy from 5 Minute Buzz on Blaze TV. Listen to that. Yeah, remember that. Just remember that. You, Jimmy Kimmel, are such a pathetic creep like you. Go on. You see, I told you. This is what happens about this ballroom, and anyone else can be civilized about that as well. But the moral story is, yeah, it's been heartbreaking to see what politically and hard for everyone can be civilized. And that's why Jimmy Kimmel is, yeah, cool. That's why Jimmy Kimmel, you have to resign. I'm sorry, you have to resign, but you can't come back on late night television for once. It's a hard lesson as a lawyer, but you don't even realize that as well. Trust me. So what comes next on the list of things? Yeah, just remember James Talarico. Oh god, every time that James Talarico is just another Democratic idiot saying Christian statements. Yeah, you might think it's so smart. He's a Presbyterian, and he knows, yeah, transgender, yeah, LGBTQXYZ. Remember that? And so he's also a vegan eating a barbecue restaurant. You have no clue. But right now, James Federico has another bewildering anti-Christian statement in My Human Being. Because what the Democrats knows it. Did you? You've been gain controlled about the Senate because of the, yeah, statements everybody knows. Just remember that James Federico is just another one of your worst nightmares. And that he hated Christianity. In this latest video showcasing about this far left theological beliefs. And give me one good reason why that James Tallarico has, oh God, this is what happens. Back in 2021, Roberto Che Henderson Espinoza, known as Latinx, trans, oh my God. Take a look and listen to this according to Twitter X account and see what's going on in his oh God, worst nightmare. Listen to this. Trust me. That's what you think. You describing yourself as a Christian who you try to hate us Christianity. Uh, like I said, be reasonable, James Federico. You need a Bible. Yeah, you need a Bible. You should go to church. And you know why? Because you're going to be a Presbyterian. You call yourself a shut up. It don't make sense at all. Seriously, it don't make sense. This is why you went on saying that your whiteness and masculinity about your understanding of us Christianity, you call Jesus Christ a socialist. No, Jesus Christ is not a socialist. He's a Christian. He knows crucified on the cross during Palm Sunday all the way to, yeah, that's right, Good Friday. And then everybody else tried to do something about this. Because here's the bottom line. Like I said, Jesus Christ is rose from the dead. Think of it. Jesus Christ is rose from the dead. You get it? This is you know who. You know who. Jesus Christ is, yes, Christ is Christ. And everything else can be civilized. But you may think you're so smart about Jesus Christ as a socialist. Wrong. Think again. Now you're trying to add up with this whole nonsense about, yeah, anti-Christianity thing. Could be a political philosophy in My Human Being. Oh, yeah. Because I wouldn't be no ordinary about you trying to do this. And you also praising that you know who, Jim Rigby from St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, is, yeah, that's right. He's a true white traitor. Traitor. Because you're also praising a longtime pastor. And that's why you've been criticizing that God is non binary. and many other statements that are not contrary that to the traditional biblical theology, you're wrong. Well, Sarah Gonzalez will document your dark truth from Sarah Gonzalez. Oh, well, wait, it's just this. Thank you. You see, Sarah Gonzalez is right. You, on the other hand, try to blaspheme about Christianity. Take, for instance, this is why I go to church every Sunday. Yeah, at my church, Resurrection, at 30th and Belvedere. And and that's why everybody knows the Bible, everybody knows to sing hymns and all that. But you, James Tarico, are not. Yes, you are not. I don't care if everybody is Episcopal like me, and so is, yeah, the rest of my friends, yeah, are Catholic or Presbyterian or Lutheran, especially Jeannie is a Lutheran, whatever it is. There's no offense, but I have no clue whatsoever. Or Baptist or anything else even civilized. But you see, James, you, you, you're all twisted. Yeah, you, James Tarico, you all twisted about, yeah, about the Austin church that you tries to attend and praise. And you might think it's so smart about rejecting about this one. How stupid can you be? Ugh, oh God. But you know that you're facing this Republican. Yeah, that's right. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton in a pivotal moment of one of two U.S. Senate seats from Texas, and you actually tied. And you try to defeat, yeah, blabbermouth Jasmine Crockett, blah 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 blah. Uh, but you know the campaign has been decided in yeah election November 3rd in the year 2026. Yeah, look out! Could be in the fall, especially if the winter is. Ugh, how disgusting that is. So these two idiots, Jimmy Kimmel and that's right, James Torico, should be ashamed of the shame of themselves doing something very stupid like this, trashing Trump like that, and try to be a yeah. Oh boy. I'm not gonna even say it, but I'm gonna slam the door on these two idiots, Jimmy Kimmel and James Tarico. That's what I'm supposed to do. Slam the door on your face. You might think it's so smart a mama's boy. Shut up. Oh God, this is so ridiculous. Okay, here's your worst nightmare about this one. Moving right along about that. Well, okay, here's my observation about, let's see. Did you know that last summer's teen hiring, a huge market, could be the worst record? I'm not going to read it all, so who knows about this one. So here's one. Why, while teenagers facing the most grim summer job landscape there is, could be a brighter spot, if you know what I'm saying. For generations that everybody's can be civilized. Let's take us back in time. In 1948, this is a traditional summer job that generations that American teenagers has been rely on, facing the grimmest outlook in many 8 decades. Oh wow! So this is what I'm saying. I'm not. I'll just read a short snippet about this one. Challenger, Gray, and Christmas. They are based inside Chicago. Could be a workforce consulting company releasing a forecast that the troubling summer employment outlook that teenagers could be grasping about this one. But according to Bureau of Labor Statistics, that last summer's teen hiring, oh God, the lowest level inside the government back in 1948, and it goes on and on and on for this one. To make this long story short, according to News Nation, teenagers knows how to find fewer brighter spots in the summer, such as lifeguards and working details. Well, pretend it's Baywatch. How impossible? Well, who knows? Give us a less. Oh, oh boy, that could be huge about this one. Okay, let's talk about Hunter. Let's talk about Hunter Biden in My Human Being. Just remember that Hunter Biden, yeah, he's such a troublemaker about a disgraced son that everybody knows. Yeah, Joe Biden's son could be a surrogate child. Oh, just remember that everything else can be civilized about that painting or anything else can be civilized about this one. Could be a circulating about that. Could be the last laptop that everybody facing reality. And then could be a yeah, according to NPR's CEO that Hunter Biden testimony. Yeah, just remember that as well. But here's the thing that you don't want to know: the far left fringe candidate has been crushed more than centrist established Democrats, and that's why the stunning victories of this far left extremists against the centrist establishment for the candidates. Well, you have to name one. Yeah, I know. Hunter Biden has been, oh boy, sired, according to Blaze Media about this woman to suing Hunter Biden as a stripper, work as a stripper. You crazy? Yeah, because he says on a social media about this one. Listen, here's my observation. Hunter Biden is, yeah, to tell you one thing is he's not ready for office. Good. But everybody knows about some life lessons about, oh boy. Oh God, I cannot take this anymore about Hunter Biden. It's just stupid. It's so ridiculous. It could be a huge measurable. All the voters can smell the focus group a mile away. That's one. What about number two? Endorsements could be, yeah, current Democratic leadership now, like warnings. Oh, hello. Number three, conviction beats caution, and the candidates are working so hard. Yes, yeah, about rent and Gaza and God, all the triangulars lost. Well, what about the cost of living? That's number four. And what about number five? The middle is not a strategy. It was an empty room. But what about number six? Don't fear bass, cornet. And last but certainly not the least, if you want to lead a party, you have to be willing to fight inside of, oh my God, fight inside of it. Well, guess what, Hunter Biden? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Such a so, yeah, giddy about this life lessons. Oh, yes, seven things about lessons learned. It tries to be managed the people everybody wants. No, 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 no. So this is what you try to praise that far left idiot, Mayor Zohan Mandani, and he tries to back the extremist, and everybody else can be civilized. And that's why you were firm about this one. Well, 100%, 100. No, you get 0% wrong, Hunter Biden. You 0% wrong. That's all. And even a laptop owner knows about the lawsuit that you just put a damaging private content of Biden left inside this computer shop. But the Trump supporters tries to use you to damage your presidential campaign over social media, restricting the circulating the stories over the suggestions of the administration for this foreign actors to circulating fake propaganda. You need a rehab. Guess what, Hunter Biden? You have to go to rehab. Yeah, you have to go to rehab. Coming politics like this after your father does it? Well, here's my observation. What about that could be life challenging? Is it? Like I said, Hunter Biden, you need a rehab. Rehab. And beginning commenting all that all you want, it gives me a headache. I don't like that. That's all. Uh, anything else you want to say about that? Shush. God. You see, Hunter Biden just make me sick about this whole scenario. That could be whatever. Okay. Okay. Now here's a thing that you don't want to know about this. That you already know about that as well because this is gonna be huge. About what if I told you? Oh yes, America's turning 250 into a broken heart. Oh wow, that could be huge because only 30% of Americans call the United States the greatest country in this whole world. But that is not the number of the dead, yes, dead Republicans. And now you know what happens. But the wounded one could be the saddest, yes, how saddest thing you ever heard in everybody's life about this one. But according to Reuters, if so, America 250 poll is not Trump's approval rating, but it's bad enough. You know, 77% of Americans don't even get about the expected political violence, in my humble opinion, increasing over the next 5 years. Look at my fingers, five. Because even so, about 38% who doubted the United States tries to exist back in 2276. Well, could be the saddest number is 30. And believe it or not, it really, 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 really does. And, and it really, really does. It really makes no sense at all. So, what the partisan split the deal? Well, guess what? Could be a huge disagreements over policies that everybody knows about this one. So, don't try this at home. And this is why America tried to approach the Declaration of Independence. And even so, Americans can barely agree what birthday really means. about this, even if the 4th of July knows about this one. So no longer escapes the country's bipartisan for this one, for this reason. You have no clue whatsoever about this one. So that is why I'm not making this up. This whole idea about America's 250th anniversary, which I'll be posted on my website, LHMusicWorld.weebly.com, and take it from there. So who knows gives the rest? Because it reaches its 250th anniversary, but it's not a republic. It's an anxious one, and I have no clue whatsoever. I'm not making this up. I'm just give you some facts that you ought to know by now. Get it? Good. Hope you learn everything about it. So I'll be posted on my America's 250 segment on my website, LHMusicsWorld.weebly.com. And next, so next Wednesday I'll be here on time, especially the buses. Yes, buses, because you have no clue whatsoever about this one, so you just address it. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh yes. Don't forget, yes, next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, it's gonna be a Fourth of July thing, and so is America's 250th anniversary thing. Could be a huge life challenging, and that is I'll be doing something. Yes, inside Blaze Media and all that stuff. But here's my observation. I just get this. I got this Imprimus newsletter inside my mailbox last Monday night after I and got home, and it's called Imprimus from Hillsdale College, and it talks about back in time in 1776 about Declaration of Independence and others. So that's why I put things together, and you have no clue whatsoever. That's why I put things together, and you know why? Because things be nice to people. So it's gonna be very important about this one. But let's try to let all of you know about this one because LH Music, because I'll be doing this bits and pieces according to Blaze Media, and I'll explain this according to Primus newsletter from Hillsdale College about this one. It's called oh yes, America's 250 slash 4th of July. That could be a huge idea. It's gonna be a huge idea. It's gonna be a very special edition of Blaze Nation Holiday Podcast special because I'll be doing this next Wednesday. I gotta record this and take this bits and pieces all together and you know what? Because it really educates of what if the First Amendment all the way up to Declaration of Independence and all the Constitution and all that. Because it celebrates America 250th anniversary, and that could be awesome. So be sure you mark your calendars. It could be July 4th for this Blaze Nation Holiday Podcast special from Angels on Productions, and I'll be recording this, downloaded, and publishing it from Spotify Creators website. And then you should listen to it and download it on the iHeart Radio app, all the way up to Apple Podcasts. So is Spotify, Amazon Music, and so is, you guessed it, that's right, podcast distributors. And you will learn about America as its 250th anniversary, and all the fireworks and about the cookouts and all kinds of stuff. Has to learn about that because everything else can be civilized about the greatest country inside this world knows about that as well. Trust me. Okay. So what was I gonna say? Oh, let's see. Oh, yes. Let's talk about FIFA for just a second. Because tomorrow I'm going to say, what do we learn for this week? That's tomorrow on YouTube. It talks about FIFA World Cup finals. The final, and you have no clue whatsoever. And that's why FIFA President Gianni Infantino has made a huge announcement this morning on Fox and Friends, and according to ESPN about this one. So you just have to trust us about this one. But Playback has some interesting thoughts about, yeah, the Europeans are coming to America. And that's why America's taking note about the World Cup event. Yeah, about this one. World Cup, what could be a soccer game. There it is. Listen to this. What? I'm gonna wrap this up. We're almost out of time. So that's why everybody's saying that all the Europeans are coming to America, finding out how awesome that is. Because Americans yet to take note. We do really live the best country inside the world. Like I said, America has has the most country in the world for now. And why? Because everything else can be civilized about this one. Don't even listen to the media, as everybody says. Trust us. And does the word kafefe really mean the U.S. lexicon after Trump mysteriously posted a huge social media like this back in 2007, 17? Well, who knows? Give us a list. Well, I'm not good. Oh boy. Anyways, that's it. We're almost out of time because we gotta say goodnight and make sure you better Facebook and follow LH Music on Facebook and all the way up to Parlor. And you know my username, LH Music Time, and I am trying to yes. And look at what? Boom! I charge everyone. This guy's what? Trying to. I'm trying to. Gabe, you wish you have no idea about this. You know what? I won't criticize you. God, how could you say that, Gabe? I'm gonna write this back. I'm gonna say this to your face, please, Gabe. Gabe. Let's see. Is this is Larry. Oh boy. Uh, this is Larry. Larry, please, please be nice. Be nice and enough. And please be nice, and that's enough. I tell you what this. Gabe, please be nice. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Now stop it. Is enough. Uh, enough. Period. Thank you. That's a warning. Warning. Be nice. Just for once. Now I told you so. Anyways, oh gosh. Had to deal with you, Gabe. Try to slam the door. Oh boy. Anyway, thank you for this nice words. And you try to keep it civilized, Mr. Hall. Thank you. Civilized. But here's a warning for you. Be nice. There's a warning for you. Don't even try it. Anyways, we gotta get out of here. We're almost out of time. But anyways, like I said, Facebook and follow LH Music, Facebook.com and Twitter. Twitter X and all social media websites. You know my username, LH Music Time. I'll be posting on my website, LH Music's World, a little bit of news like James Tarico is such an idiot. You know, talk about it and lots more. Lots more. LH Music's World on weekly.com, so it's my Facebook page as well. And don't forget, Monday is a very special edition of LH Music's World Wednesdays. And what to say this? It's all good. So who knows can be civilized about this one? So who knows about that? Anyways, we're almost out of time because we gotta say goodnight. And thank you, Tuesdays Podcast Studios. for doing this. If anyone else gets this. But I'll be back here on Monday on time. I know. Just where I gotta go to Noalia's rehearsal. Yeah, thank you, Carol. Anyways, I gotta get out of here and I'm out the door and until we meet again. LHB is about to sign up, but that's why I think all of you America out there, because you're inside my world and it's LH Music's world. And I'm out the door. Oh boy, bye-bye. See you on Monday. Trust me, for LH Music World Wednesday, special Monday. Bye-bye. See ya.